Alright, so now we're going to be talking about campaign spending and campaign funding. Campaign spending limits may be the most hostily contested issue of campaign finance. Proponents argue that excessive spending breeds corruption, hinders grassroots candidates, and keeps wealthy special interest groups in the hip pocket of the candidates. Opponents say that limiting spending is a violation of our First Amendment rights to free speech, and that if a candidate can raise the money, he or she should be able to spend it. A cap of expenditure was initially made into legislation with FCAA. However, the Supreme Court overturned the law in a landmark case just a few years later. Alright, now we are talking about campaign funding. Different sources of campaign funding enable party candidates raise funds through multiple avenues. Campaign finance in the United States is the financing of electoral campaigns at the federal, state, and local levels. At the federal level, campaign finance law is enacted by Congress and enforced by the Federal Election Commission, an independent federal agency, although most president of the United States during the both primaries and the general election. Eligibility requirements must be met to qualify for a government subsidy, and those that accept government funding are usually subject to spending limits. Federal law restricts how much individuals and organizations may contribute to political campaigns, political parties, and other FEC-regulated organizations. Alright, some of the money spent from campaign spending. In 2008, candidates for office, political parties, and independent groups spent a total of $5.3 billion on federal elections. The amount spent on the presidential race alone was $2.4 billion, and over $1 billion of that was spent by the campaigns of the two major candidates. Barack Obama spent $730 million in his election campaign, and John McCain spent $333 million. Now we're going to talk about the result, Berkeley versus Valeo. The result was that candidates have no cap on spending as long as the money is raised from private donors. Many state and local elections have voluntary spending limits, and the result is usually a more level playing field for candidates. Politicians on the federal level are hesitant to back any provisions on spending limits because of the reality that more money usually ensures victory at the polls.